Hi dear participants, I am Professor K.R. Chaudhary, working as an Assistant Professor of English in the Department of Basic Sciences and Humanities in Sri Sant Gadge Baba College of Engineering and Technology, Bhusawal, District Jalgaon. Today I am going to present a paper on a very important topic, that is digital teaching learning in the present scenario, a boon in disguise. My dear friends, in the very first part of my paper, where I have introduced that in this era the only thing which is permanent is the change. We all are leading our life in 21st century where everything is changing. If we think about the education system, education cannot even defy this very change that we are experiencing. The educational pot is boiling nowadays more and more violently today than ever before in the century. Friends, we all have experienced that drastic change in teaching and learning process since many days and decades. And if we think about today's scenario of COVID-19, the use of technological equipments on every walk of life has been increased tremendously. Their importance have increased, and see, the world in which we live, it is considered that it is the world of computers, social media, modern communicative devices and whatnot. These all the things have what we say that grouped together in the changing pattern of lifestyle, not only of business but education system too. That's why it is very necessary to know the part of this changing platforms of digital mode of teaching and learning. See, the second point that I have described in my paper is the situation, present situation, and where the digital teaching learning we use. Dear participants, we know that on 30th January 2020, WHO, that is World Health Organization, has declared this situation as a public health emergency at international level. Almost all the countries indeed followed the lockdown on every walk of life. It has affected almost all the services, including the educational too. And educational system has affected almost on every walk of life, because most of the educational institutions could not complete their syllabus when the lockdown was announced by the government. But it is said that every cloud has a silver lining. Though the situation has brought some dilemma to the whole human race, similarly it has also shown some positive outcomes by technology in teaching and learning, and as a result almost all the institutions are using nowadays the various online platforms like Google Classrooms, Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx Meet, Microsoft Meet and many more. So naturally the usefulness is questioned. So the digital teaching learning in India that we are using and its usefulness is my next point. See, digital teaching learning is referred as a technological enhanced learning. Somebody may call it as a e-learning, other may call it as online learning. And recently the education industry, we are experiencing it, is undergoing a major shift, and that shift is transition from the print to digital. I repeat, the transition from the print to digital. And the e-learning industry, if we think, for example, in India, is growing very fast, and it is going fast at the rate of 25% every year, and we can expect about $1.25 billion industry by 2021, because in that way it has affected the whole network, which is about more than 1.5 billion schools and almost 18,000 higher educational institutions, dear participants. And this is the potential for digital education in India, we can say that, which is really boundless, and considering this we can say that it is really boon in India. Then the most important point regarding the digital teaching learning as a boon is the advantages. So the first advantage is the reduction in the cost. Yeah, it is very cost effective one, because the way we need the cost in traditional way of learning, it is not required that much. Mostly our cost is we expend in transportation either by public vehicle or by own vehicles. So reduction in the cost is there. Flexibility, isn't it? We need not to stick to the fixed timings in digital mode, isn't it? Similarly, we need not to adopt even the appropriate timings to meet the educational necessities here. So more interactive, yes, it is more interactive. Means by using this, students can be more interactive with their peers, not only to a fixed position but all over the world they can communicate. So it proves the better learning and awareness. Similarly, it enhances the confidence in students and it motivates them to get the depth knowledge about any subject. Similarly, we can assess any subject teacher in a very better way, because it provides a very golden opportunity to the students so that they can assess a sort of an expertise they are searching for. And see, sometimes it may not available at their local areas, so by using this digital mode of learning they can easily made it available. Similarly, the main important thing is about the study material. So irrespective of the place and time, we can easily make them available by using the digital mode of teaching learning. And the most important, that learning becomes more entertaining. Yeah, isn't it? See, when a teacher wants to convey something through the digital or online mode, so various animations and those all things we can include, and in this way learning becomes more entertaining. So learning with fun, that concept can be fulfilled with here. So though it has some advantages, it too has some disadvantages. So they are as follows. So the first is no fixed schedule. Yes, online learning requires much better management, I think, and rigid schedules, whereas the traditional classroom training, fixed schedule, these are the some cons of the online learning. Similarly, it reduces the creative abilities. Other experts say that, isn't it? So creativeness can be reduced from the students by using the digital mode, because all the answers are easily available on the net, and that's why it may lead further to the lazy approach toward the students. So it may lead to the poor study habits and can develop in children a lazy outlook. It is also said that. So sometimes even for the simple homework, simple problems, so they might seek help from the Google. And the most important issue is the security. Yes, because going online does not mean that your child, your ward is looking only for the study sources. There are many such things that are available on the net, so they are not good for him or her. See, feeling of isolation. Yes, the kind of environment we experience in traditional teaching learning place, the same way we cannot have here. So students have to confine in a particular room, sitting before the screen, and he or she has to learn by his or her own. So it may develop a feeling of isolation. That possibility is there, and feedback is not that much perfect. The way we can collect the feedback from the students in face-to-face communication in traditional mode, the same is not possible here. So these are some disadvantages. So to conclude, we can say that we have highlighted the pros, and pros mostly, as we saw, that focus on the availability of low cost, flexibility of the whole process, whereas the cons, if we see, however, they are mostly about the personal and emotional factors. So to my opinion, I would like to say that e-learning can become a great addition to the traditional process of teaching and learning. So we have to make it more diverse and allowing students from all over the world to gain the additional knowledge about the certain subjects. So however, one more thing also says that it is important also to develop both the types of educational technologies equally and learn how to combine them in most effective way in order to get the best results out of it. So these are few references that I have sorted out in order to collect the data to prepare this paper on digital teaching learning, a boon in disguise. So thank you very much for listening my views on this issue. I am very much thankful the organizers for giving me this opportunity to present my paper on this very innovative online mode. So thank you very much.